What is judo really? This video is going to dive into the true meaning of judo, what it actually is, and ways that we can grow the sport together. My name is Sensei Cole Stanley. I'm a second-degree black belt in judo. I teach judo at a jiu-jitsu school in Indian Trail, North Carolina, and I also just opened up my own school, which I'm in right now, in Monroe, North Carolina. I have a few missions. One is to spread the knowledge of grappling, to let people have some insight into judo and to get better at their takedowns. Two, get more people involved in martial arts, especially the grappling arts. And three, to take away some of the misconceptions people have about judo, what judo really is. When I approach people and ask them to come to a judo class, I get one of two responses. The first one, yeah, crickets. They have no clue what judo is at all. Or the other response that I get, yeah, while that looks cool, and these highlight reels are awesome and a good way to promote judo and grow judo, a lot of people see this, and the first thing that they think is, well, that's cool, and it looks neat, and I like watching it, but I can't do that. That looks too difficult, that looks like it hurts, and I'm not athletic enough to perform those throws. So, what we need to do, not just for me and for the purpose of this video, but us as judokas or senseis, we have to start letting people know what judo actually is. The founder of judo, Jigoro Kano, back in 1882, created judo as a physical education curriculum for anyone to do in a safe way. Whenever he spread judo throughout the whole world, one of the major key aspects that he used to tell people is judo is for everyone. Recently, I joined the Judo Black Belt Association, the JBBA, and wow, am I happy I did this. I'm all about spreading the word of grassroots judo and encouraging instructors to learn to teach judo more efficiently. So what is the Black Belt Association? The Judo Black Belt Association is an organization of judo coaches, educators, athletes, and supporters founded to advance and promote the study and appreciation of Kodokan Judo through 1. Online judo education courses, 2. Networking using special events such as our JudoCon, local, regional, and national clinics, seminars, and training camps as well. 3. Video and print resources using Facebook and YouTube. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much that people can benefit from joining the Judo Black Belt Association, and the good news, you don't have to be a black belt. If you're interested in teaching judo, if you're interested in improving your teaching style, your teaching skills, your resources, then you need to join the Judo Black Belt Association. For only a one-time payment of $50, that's right, $50, you become a lifetime member of the Judo Black Belt Association. And it truly is. We need to get away from showing nothing but highlight reels, and we need to actually promote judo for what it is, an art that is safe for anybody from kids to 60-year-old adults. It's safe, it's fun, it's a good workout, but it's also practical. People can do judo. It's all about the approach. It's all about the way that it's taught. Now, one statistic that I tell people is out of the 68 throws in judo, 75% of them are known as what I call low elevation throws, or throws that are done from waist level and down, which includes some of the foot techniques, ashiwaza, hip techniques, attacks that usually grab the legs. And yes, judo does attack the legs. They do single legs and double legs. Now, I'm talking about the art itself. You could think of it as old school judo, but judo incorporates leg attacks. Now, with some of the current rule set that was established after 2010, they took away the leg grabs in judo. And again, we're talking about single legs, double legs, fireman's carries to where you come inside of the crotch, ankle picks, things like that. Those were taken away from the competitive rules of judo. But when we talk about judo, the art, we can do those because we're in a dojo setting and we don't have to limit ourselves to the current rule sets of judo. Whenever we teach judo, we need to slow it down. We need to take it into little bites, little steps, and we have to try to have the least amount of impact as we can, especially for the beginners. Remember, we're not always going to have the young, athletic, hard-nosed, competitive kids that come into our judo classes. The ones that were former wrestlers, that like this sort of action, that grip hard, that rip throws, that are trying to do everything that they can to throw people. We have to realize that if we want judo to grow at the grassroots level, we need to start teaching to the everyday person. And we can. We can absolutely teach to the everyday person. Happily, in my club, and also at the jiu-jitsu club that I teach for, I have 5 and 6-year-olds, and I also have 60-year-olds. Each person has a different athletic ability. I'm teaching a very recreational approach to judo. I might touch on some of the current rules, but for the most part, I'm creating either a hybrid style or a recreational style, whatever you want to call it. Old school judo, some people might call it as well. But I'm taking it slow. I'm not doing hard conditioning all the time. I'm not doing hundreds of uchikomis. I'm not doing five-minute rounds of randori or Shark Tank or anything like that. Now, there are going to be a small segment of the individuals that are part of the judo club that want to do that. Whenever I came through and I was a judoka, a white belt, a yellow belt, etc., I wanted that. I wanted the competition aspect. I wanted the hard-nosed judo. I wanted to get pushed. I wanted to go through those hard cardio sessions. But that's not everybody. That's only going to be a small percentage. Now, when I did my black belt roundtable, which is also available on YouTube, you could check that out, the judo roundtable, black belt roundtable. Sensei Ken brought up a good point. So whenever he did a striking martial art, they had a sandbag that they would kick, and he called it Sandpaper Sally, and they would kick that until their shins would bleed. Little by little, people would see that and leave. Say, nope, that's not for me. You know, I don't want to kick a sandbag until my shins bleed. You know, we have to take that approach to judo. You can't just have people throwing hard all the time. all the time, being worn out, sweating like crazy, throwing hard, grabbing a new partner, throwing hard, slamming them as hard as they can, throwing as hard as they can, partner resisting as much as they can, doing everything you can to get that ippon. We have to get away from that. And again, me personally, I've taken a recreational approach, and I've kept members. Now, my membership is not big, okay? But happily, I would say that the majority of people that come to judo end up sticking around because they realize that it's not these highlight reels that people see. Judo is for everyone. I can't emphasize that enough. Judo is definitely for everyone. People that are watching this, if you're curious about judo and you want to do judo and you want to try it, give it a shot. Feel free to come and watch. You don't necessarily have to get on the mats, depending on where you go. I hope that it's a warm and welcoming community. Most of the time it definitely is. I can't speak for every judo school in the world, but almost everyone that I've ever been to is super welcoming. It's a very welcoming, open community. If you're new to judo and you go and you take that first step and you bite the bullet and you face your fears and decide to step on the mat, don't feel that you have to do every single bit of practice. Hopefully, your sensei sees that and tells you that ahead of time. Everybody's at a different level. If you are a sensei watching this, I hope you please take my advice, because with how low the numbers are in the United States for judo, I've heard it between 10,000 and 20,000 total for the whole entire country. You know, I just had Julian, the Judo Nomad, on the podcast recently, also available here on YouTube. He was saying that in France alone, there's 500, 600, 700,000 people that are doing judo. No reason why the United States can't build up to that. We just have to remember that these people that are coming in and trying judo for the first time, we have to set these boundaries, and we have to have these access points for these beginners to where they might not be ready for the gigantic follow-through ogoshi. They might not be ready to get thrown on the mat yet. We might have to use the crash pad. So depends on what you're going after. If you want a competitive club, awesome. We need more competitors in the United States. But I truly think that if we want to grow judo, we have to promote it as it's for everyone. We need to start teaching low-risk techniques. We have to not be as hard-nosed as we once were. We have to be more welcoming to individuals that want to try judo. And we have to feed it to them in little bite-sized chunks. You got to understand that there's going to be a lot of people that come into judo with no athletic ability at all. They're scared. They have confidence issues. They might not be used to any sort of physical contact, or used to falling, or used to somebody grabbing under the gi and pulling them around. So we have to slowly progress people. That's what I think is the way that we're going to grow judo. And that has to be the mindset of these instructors, as well as students trying to promote judo so we can grow together. If you're a student and listening to this, whether you're a brand new white belt or you're a black belt that's been doing it for 30 years. We need to tell people about judo, and we have to take away these misconceptions about judo. We have to promote it as safe. We have to promote it as it's for everyone, that it's not dangerous, and it's fun. Plus, it's also going to get you in great shape. I mean, even coming to a class for an hour, doing some drills, doing some light throws, doing some of the conditioning, whether it's just a small amount or a large amount, man, judo is going to get you in shape. I mean, holy cow. Whenever I'm in competition judo shape, man, I feel great. I mean, I literally feel like Superman. And it's something that you'll know from grappling sports, that you have to put the work in order to get to that point. And you also have to push yourself, you know. And that's another thing, right? When we come back to these beginners that are coming to class and they know grappling is hard and they've never done grappling before, so as all of us know, it is so tiring. It's super tiring. And whenever we have these newer people, we can't send them through these super hardcore conditioning drills and doing 200 uchikomis and then doing live grip fighting and then doing randori. We have to start spreading it out and letting them know, hey, you can sit out for this one. You don't have to stay in for this. We just got done doing a great 5-minute conditioning drill. We're about to do some live grip fighting. If you need to take a break, go ahead. Recently, I joined the Judo Black Belt Association, the JBBA, and wow, am I happy I did this. I'm all about spreading the word of grassroots judo and encouraging instructors to learn to teach judo more efficiently. So what is the Black Belt Association? The Judo Black Belt Association is an organization of judo coaches, educators, athletes, and supporters founded to advance and promote the study and appreciation of Kodokan Judo through 1. Online judo education courses, 2. Networking using special events such as our JudoCon, local, regional, and national clinics, seminars, and training camps as well. 3. Video and print resources using Facebook and YouTube. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much that people can benefit from joining the Judo Black Belt Association, and the good news, you don't have to be a black belt. If you're interested in teaching judo, if you're interested in improving your teaching style, your teaching skills, your resources, then you need to join the Judo Black Belt Association. For only a one-time payment of $50, that's right, $50, you become a lifetime member of the Judo Black Belt Association. Because, man, the shock of your system that grappling puts on you, especially if you're not used to it, if it's the first time you've ever grappled, I mean, it sends the body into shock because of how difficult it can be. But with time, you get used to it. Now, I'm hesitant to say that it gets easier, but you get more used to it. You get used to the heavy breathing. You get used to the muscles being sore. And it starts to become something you might even want. I know I was just telling one of my black belt friends the other day that actually, no, it wasn't a black belt. It was one of my students who's also a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And I told him that I've been focusing on, getting the gym going, insulating, getting the mats built, promoting it, and I haven't been able to do much hard work, a live session. So I've been feeling stressed. And I did that live session with him on Saturday, a couple days ago. Man, I feel great. I feel great. And my mood is better. And I don't feel as stressed, right? So you might get to the point to where you yearn for that. You yearn for that physical exertion, right? And again, it comes with time. And again, senseis, we can't push people into hardcore conditioning right off the bat. Or you might have, for instance, like myself, a 40-year-old that doesn't do a lot of randori anymore, but I go to new clubs. And I necessarily don't want to always go through, like they have a group of people that are trying to compete at nationals. So today they're going to do all conditioning and all hardcore randori and a lot of hard throws and just exhausting stuff. I don't always want to do that, So what makes you think that either a newcomer of judo or maybe somebody that's been off the mat for a while that's come back and just wants to enjoy judo for what it is, we don't always want to do all these hardcore cardio sessions, man. So we have to let everyone know that they don't have to do that if they don't want to. And there's been, a little bit more of a movement in the wrestling community especially, but in grappling and, jiu-jitsu has done a great job at this as well, right? Is we need to start showing that martial arts and grappling can be fun, that it could be enjoyable, that we could play games, that we can laugh, that it doesn't have to be super strict. It doesn't have to be like judo looked in the 1950s. Bring it up to date. The hard-nosed mentality just isn't working as well for just the general population of people. There's been this movement of, gratitude and enjoyment. And that's kind of what we need to start doing in judo as well, right? If you make a comparison to something like a Penn State for wrestling, okay? They don't practice 5 hours a day, every day. They don't do nothing but hardcore live for 2 hours straight without a break. They play games. They experiment. They laugh. They talk about how blessed they are to be able to wrestle, how thankful they are to not worry about losing, to just have fun with it. And that is what I see is happening to, the modern generation, right? The hard-nosed, don't stop. If you're bleeding, just keep going. If your arm's broke, just keep going. That approach really isn't working anymore, right? So we have to adapt and change with the times. If we want judo to grow, we have to be able to promote it as it is for everyone. And it is. And people just have to realize that. I really appreciate you watching this video today. If you want to follow me for more content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, please, and watch some more of my videos. As time goes on, I'm going to release more and more. I have videos on philosophy, I have technique video, I have interviews with both high-level athletes as well as the everyday athlete on the Well-Rounded Grappler. So please, help me grow, and at the same time, I want you to grow as well as a martial artist. If you're thinking about doing a martial art, do it. Try it. You'll be happy you did. If you are a martial artist that has been doing this for a long time, continue. Have an open mind. Learn, grow, teach. Spread the knowledge of what you know to people. Be involved in the community and enjoy that. If you like this video, I have a couple videos here for you to check out, and you can continue your journey in martial arts. Thank you, everybody.